Hey everybody, Joe with Bumbling Acres again. Normally don't do 2 videos in one day, but we've had a pretty eventful day. So, as on our property we have chickens, we have ducks, we have guinea hens. We are planning to expand out and have goats, pigs, and turkeys. That's always been our long-term goal. We have a little over 4 acres, so we don't have a lot of room on our property compared to 100 acres or 50 acres or things of that nature. So we have to do everything at a smaller scale. We're also not independently wealthy, so we are having to, always the saying, God scoffs at the plans of man. So these are our plans, and inevitably plans change, plans to adapt, things change, and you have to roll with the realities of the changing. So today we had an opportunity. Somebody was selling 2 breeding pairs of turkeys of heritage breeds, and we are wanting to raise heritage breeds whenever we can for turkeys. And it's ahead of schedule, and such is life. So obviously, we now have 2 breeding pairs of turkeys. And in the process of going picking them up and bringing them home, I was confronted with the reality when I went to put them into an enclosure. Nature is not idealistic. Humans have a tendency to believe that idealism, that there's a way things should be, and the way that quote unquote makes sense is the way that it will be at its overly simplistic level. And the way that impacts things is we think about, well, this is how it should be, and how it should be is how we think it will be, and it affects the way humans plan. And I'm always confronted with the realities of how I thought things were, and I'm a fairly well-grounded human being, and how things actually are, especially in relations to animals and gardening and farming and things of that nature. And so we got these 2 breeding pairs, and we picked them up, brought them back to our place, and we're thinking of what enclosures we have. And our original thought was we have a small meat tractor area, meat tractor I built that's 8 feet by 4 feet and 4 feet tall. And we're like, we'll just put them in there for the next couple of days so that they have time to acclimate to our property, so we don't have to worry about them wandering off. We wanted to, we're kind of figuring this out. We wanted to put them in a place where they could get used to our property first and have a safe place to feed them, to get them on a better mixture of food than what they had. And we did try raising turkey chicks last year with abysmal failure, by the way. So we decided we weren't going to raise turkeys from chicks again, just because we could not keep them alive to save our lives. So we wanted breeding pairs, by the way, so that they could figure out how to raise their children better than we can and have been able to. So, but we, got them in the 2 enclosures. We went to put them into the thing, and without really thinking about the fact that we had a Tom and the lady, whatever you call it, female turkey, hen, I guess. We had a Tom and a hen and a Tom and a hen. And I was like, yeah, we'll just put them all together. Well, let me tell you, if you hadn't figured this one out with nature, you put 2 Toms of ripe mating age in together with a limited supply of ladies, they don't really care about the breeds. They don't really care about the fact that this is a hen that is their breed. They just see another male in their close proximity, and they almost immediately started puffing up and fighting. So we immediately had to separate them. We had another area where we could put them. But it was just, in that moment, I was confronted with how I was like, well, it shouldn't really be an issue. 2 males, 2 females, they've got enough, and that did not work out for us. Like I said, luckily we had 2 different enclosure spaces we could put them in for the short term. But, the idea, I literally had this very ignorant / innocent idea that I would just put them all together, and they'd realize, well, there's my lady, there's his lady, and there wouldn't be any crossing of the ladies. That's not how it works. So I'm enjoying kind of having to revel in the moment of being confronted with the way, with my oversimplistic way of looking at things, that there'd be one Tom, 1 hen, they'd be fine. No, they weren't. So, lesson learned from homesteading. Mother Nature is not idealistic. Mother Nature is not concerned with breeding pairs and such. Mother Nature just cares about procreation of the species, and a male knows that another male is going to do its job, so it's going to fight that other male off. And it's simplistic, it's smart, it's right, but it was funny how it didn't cross my mind. So that was my thoughts. But they are beautiful turkey breeds. We are looking forward to having our own supply of turkeys, our own supply of turkey meat for my lunch sandwiches, as well as just continuing towards turkeys are known to be good cultivators of the land. So we can find a way, however we need to organize our property so that these two breeds can exist harmoniously. I'm not a big fan of enclosed spaces for animals. I like to have them roam, especially our chickens and turkeys and things where I'd like to have them free roam as much as possible. I may have to adapt that plan with two different breeds on, but we'll see. So that's kind of my thoughts on the matter this afternoon. I hope you all are doing well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any advice or questions, please feel free to ask us. We haven't done like a live thing between Deborah and myself. Our schedule's a little crazy right now with our 17-year-old, well, 17 next month, and we've got a baby on the way, and we're still getting the property up and running in my full-time job. So I don't know when I would like to eventually have some kind of live thing where we could interact more with the people who are following us, but right now it's really not plausible, nor is it really kind of the goal of the channel. The channel wasn't meant to be like a voyeuristic experience. It was more meant of a diary of our experiences and hope that it will inspire others to be willing to take the jump to homesteading. So hope you all are doing well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great and wonderful day. Bye.